Hi all. Right, turn 15, US action phase. So we've got past all the bad bit for now. We've just got to tread carefully and grab some victory points. And all should be good. Right, and then now that I know things about this, I mean, you think it was the simplest of rules. If I start activating and making actions with my first division units, I've got to then finish everything to do with that before I move to the other side. So yeah, should really know these simple rules, I suppose, shouldn't I? I mean, the bit about firing across, maybe a bit less. The way it's written, it seems clear that that's how they wanted it, or that's how Mr. Butterfield wanted it. So be it. So what have we got here? Well, we've got 5 units. There's one under the HQ. Including the HQ. There's 4 units in the HQ. Well, what is it? Yeah, these are. So 3 of these are vulnerable. Remember, we can't take a loss. We can't take a step loss on a 4 strength unit, or the game's over. There's nothing to threaten us across here, apart from this move up to here would have been... Oh, what did we... Oh no, we looked at that already. There was no fire in the brown zone. I'm curious to see if brown would fire. So we would be sitting here right now. We would be able to move that unit to there, still in its 6 strength position. So we kind of would have got away with that side of it. But we'll see if brown fires next in the 16th. And then we'll be kicking ourselves because we thought that was a clever wee mission that we should have been on. Maybe if I'd had less losses in the lost box, I would have said, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I almost did go and do it, and then I realised, nah, it's maybe not such a good idea, Grant. Okay, so they're all getting free moves there. The general's only grabbing these 2 guys. And of course, we've since realised that we're not going to go up there and grab a point, Grant. So now you've only got 2 more actions, so what do you do with that guy? I don't know. I don't know. So action wise, what would we really want? Possibly an action for these to move along here. We want to keep them controlling that hex. However, okay. That's not going to happen. This is only turn 15 though, so at least turn 16 we'll be able to move them along there. Hopefully. So I think our 2 actions is these 2 little units, isn't it? Can we keep 1 with the HQ though? Or is the HQ going to move here? If anything, I think the HQ might... Ooh, no, maybe not. Well, yeah, it might move into there, because this guy might move to here, although it looks like it's a better plan moving into A7, isn't it? Well, what's the best thing to do first? Probably move the free moves, isn't it? Right, I think just while I'm moving these, I might start moving them and then take it back, because I'm not quite sure how I want to set this up. I think this one's straightforward, isn't it? He's going to go in there and he's going to control both of these. So that's a free move into there. What fires into the red? So that is 2 points right there, because we can also trace US communication down this slope and then down this slope into the beach. So that is 2 points there. As long as we don't move out of red or lose control of red. No, as long as it's not a German unit in red firing into brown, that is 2 points there. That is a guaranteed point there, as long as we keep these guys round. So that's 3 guaranteed points there. And so turn 16, we're not actually going to do anything with that guy. So he doesn't need to be anywhere near the HQ. The HQ can move on. And the reason I'd like to have kept the HQ maybe here is because one of these little guys was planning on heading on to A1. And he would probably take over in turn 16. What we're going to do is move that into there, that out of there. I think it all works apart from this guy moving up to here. Because I think I should move him into there, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. And then last gasp, turn 16, just grab B1. Well, you know what? If I don't need it, don't bother grabbing B1. Again, if I move that into there, if we get a reinforcement in A and it happens to be A6 fires into there, so that's a loss at that point. But it looks like we should have the red point because we're going to move one of these units into this blue, stopping a reinforcement there. So it's just mean it's not imperative for me to have an action for these guys in the last turn. It's not important. No, it's not. And when one of these guys moves, he's just sitting there. Yeah, so I think we just move them all up. And this guy's purpose, well, I'll just put the HQ underneath there. This guy's purpose was to get to this hex, wasn't it? To grab these two. So that's turn 15 into there and turn 16 into there, grabbing these two. Again, that could depend on reinforcements. Like, it looks kind of like that it's going to be A4 that would reinforce, which fires into here and here. That's okay. Yeah, it will be, won't it? Because this guy will be in here, A6 is 2 away, this guy will be in here, A4, that's 2 away, and 4 is the lowest number, obviously. Okay, so free move from the HQ, free move from the HQ, and then free move from the HQ. And then spend a couple of actions. Sorry, I might have been talking stuff off camera there. So we think 2 actions because they're going to go different ways, unfortunately. So that one into there. And I know this is maybe not fully necessary because if this unit lands there, it controls all 3, but we could, if I don't put a unit in there, that could reinforce, so that's part of the reason. And then the other action was to move the other guy. Now hang on, Grant, do you need that? Because this guy's not going any further, is he? He's not with his last turn. Yeah, no, you don't really need that, Grant. I mean, it lets him move further in map by 1 hex, but yeah, no, and then I think we just would move the HQ into there, wouldn't we? That gives each of them another move. That guy's probably just going to stay put. This guy's going to move into here last turn. This guy's going to move into there last turn, assuming and whatever, Well, I'll have a wee count up about it in case, like, if B reinforces, or... The thing is, no, I don't think B gets down here, does it? Not. B doesn't even fire into here. So we'd be fine about B reinforcing. It would just then mean that I don't move this guy into here. I just leave him where he is for the last turn. So we'll work all that out. I mean, I think it would still be bad if A reinforced, because that's going to reinforce spoiling this position and not enabling us to get these two positions. However, I still could move that guy into there for the last turn, grabbing the B position. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, the fact that we don't need this guy, can we do anything else with him? He could plod back down here to the WN position, because come turn 17, well, it's always worth being positive, thinking about it, you know. We want to make sure communication's cut off to these positions, because John Brown in the first game reminded me of reoccupy actions, where the German units can reoccupy WN positions if they can trace German communication. Saying that, I'm not so sure I would be able to trace it from there, but I don't know. Well, there's another thought. We use the action for something else and just leave that guy sitting. Possibly. Okay, just thinking out loud here again regarding points then. If A reinforces, well, what if A and B reinforce? I suppose that's possible, isn't it? I don't know how they all look at it, but yeah, because sometimes I've seen E and G reinforcing, they're right beside each other. So let's take the worst case scenario. B and A reinforce, right? We don't get a point for this. There's no point moving into there. We're not getting a point for that. We're not going to get a point for B, obviously, because it would reinforce there and there. So, but what we would get is this green position. We would not get the blue. We would get the red position, this brown position. That's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's not as many as I counted. I had it up to about 8 or 9, didn't I? 5 might not be enough. 5 is going to require that draw, I think. Because none of this nonsense is happening. None of these 4 points that we were talking about earlier is happening. Not even this one that we thought, well, this is a definite. Yeah, right, Grant. Back to the rule book, Grant. This all got knocked in the head. Orange and brown have been out for a while since these guys reinforced. So this would be our only hope in this area here. Now we are going to move into that. So if G was to reinforce, that could cause a trouble, because are we still able to take this out? I think so. Oh no, there's a question mark over that, isn't there, since I moved the Ranger away? Yeah, there's a question mark over that. And the fact that purple's more important, and for more reasons than one now, because this hero's sitting in steady purple, so we need a result. We need to make sure we do something with that first before we do him our hero. Or our hero's going to scarp her up the bluff, I think. Yeah, this is just more unsure here, isn't it? I'm not going to take the draw. Excuse me. I'm not going to take the draw unless I eliminate the purple position. And eliminating the purple position does not give me the purple points, does it? Or does it? No. Because this is the same situation. There's a bluff surrounding this higher hex, because he's up higher than this one. It does make you wonder how they You know, if they're on different levels, you know, how they're connected. But however, let's not go into that. And I can't trace down here, and I can't trace up here, and I can't trace through the bluff. The only trace hex is here, but then I'm stuck. Well, I can go here, but then I can't go here because the purple, can't go here because of the red. So, you know, by eliminating purple, it will give us the draw, but it won't give us the 2 points. But the draw's worth 5 points. This would be a 6 point. This would be a 7th. This would be an 8th. So, there you go, you know. But we need to eliminate purple. So, if I'm thinking about using a tank for here, which I don't think I am, I think because this, just out rain, and we moved this into position nicely to be able to help with that. So he's going to do that. These 2 tanks are going in here. Oh yeah, and we survived this, didn't we? Oh, nice one. So we're going to have 10 strength and 2 tank. Well, unfortunately not the full set of weapons, but did I know what we got? We've got bazooka, Bangalore's, Browning, yes. Demolitions, yes. Mortar, no. Radio, yes. We're missing the mortar. Tanks don't bring the mortar. So that'd be the one thing to let us down. However, so long as it's not on the actual unit, if it's on the depth marker, we're okay. If it's on the unit, we're screwed. Yeah. Okay, it's funny how I start in some place and then I end up, I'm over here. And you can't touch these guys yet, Grant, until you're finished across there. But I suppose we were counting up victory points, weren't we? Yeah, I was a bit shocked to see that I only counted 5 there. But I'm only counting 5 based on reinforcements arriving in zone A and B. Is that likely? So if reinforcements arrive in A and not B, right, we still lose that. So, but we would be able to grab that. So that would give us an extra one. That would give us 6 points. And if it arrived in only zone B, we would be able to grab that one and these 2. So that'd be another 3 on top of the 5. So that's 8. That's more like it. Again, no reinforcements in zone A. That's not what we want. Okay, so I'm not sure where I'm using my other action then, and what we're doing with this guy. I suppose what this guy's going to do as well. Like I said, we did say he could drop back to there to take the position, which isn't a terrible idea because we don't want to leave these guys. Well, they've not got far to move to get into position, really, are they? Oh, right. Hold on. What we should think about is what I've spent a lot of time thinking about in the last game, and then it ended up not mattering, was the engineer base, where I can place it. I know it's in a beach hex, okay. I'm trying to find the page here, it's further on, isn't it? Parts in 19, in fact. Establishing an engineer base. Any beach hex in its division sector does not in the potential field of fire of any German's position. If a German occupied position or an unoccupied position in German communication. So that's the big one. So at the moment, this is green and orange, right? So if I said, well, these are both green. In fact, this one, let's look at this one. This is green, orange, and purple. Can I place my engineer base here? Well, it's in field of fire of purple, which is unoccupied, orange, which is unoccupied, green, which is unoccupied. However, they can still be unoccupied, and And if they're in German communication, that still counts to block the base. So is this in communication? No, because it can't trace German communication because this guy's stopping it. Great. Is this orange position in communication? Now they can't go down into beach hexes either. Well, this guy, no, he can't trace into there. He could trace into there because this guy here doesn't exert control into hexes round about him. So you could trace into there, and then there you go. So this orange position, German communication is traceable to that position. So that's why I can't place this base here. And green is definitely in German communication. So, and while we're talking about all that, well, here was us talking about what are we going to do with these two guys. Well, there's a purpose in the next couple of turns, maybe. Now, I don't feel great about putting this guy into here because it is in brown fire, but it is going to be the very last turn of the game. Well, very last turn 16, and it is going to allow me in turn 17 to establish my engineer base either in this hex or this hex. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So after coming from here, going along here, he's going to go back. Yeah, very good, Grant. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Get him into that hex. So I'm going to move this guy back into there because he's not going to gain any points along there. You know, I mean, yes, this would be a good safe hex and a good hex to threaten brown come the time. Of course, hang on. This guy could actually reach this hex too. I know he's only a wee one-stepper, but yeah, well, that's true. He is only a one-stepper, and if brown was to fire and take him out, come the time when I'm wanting to build a base, which is in phase, what is it, phase 5? No, 4, there's the engineer phase, which is after the fire phase and the events and everything, so it's better with the stronger guy in there. This is a better hex for that guy. So that means you are spending the action on him. And then last turn, you're spending an action again on him to move him into here. And your second action is probably just to move these guys along. Or possibly this tank along, I think. That might be another option. Okay. That sounds like a plan. Because there's no point, we're just going to leave this guy here. That's fine. He can't reach anywhere else anyway. So, okay, I'm going to use that action to move this guy down the slope here. And then turn 16, just get him to... Actual fact, he's actually blocking the communication there when he moves there. Because yes, communication cannot trace into here, or here, or here. It could have traced into there, but now that unit's there, so it can't. So actually, I could just leave that guy there, and that's fine. As long as these are controlling this hex, but I mean, worst case scenario, they're going to be here controlling the hex, so that's fine as well. Yeah, okay. General... I think we just leave them. And then if we get a spare action next turn to get that along... Oh no, wait. Don't just leave them. Why not move them into there? That makes more logic. Does it not? Yeah, it does. Okay, so General's going to move back down. So now next turn we can grab the tank, move it along a bit. This guy can still move up into that hex, and the General could actually then move back into that hex. Okay. Um, well, what we didn't consider was this little guy along here for an action, but he's no safe place to go anyway. And I'm afraid there was other things there that were more worthy of the actions. Sorry, my friend. You're going to have to just hope for the best. Um, okay, well, that's all the actions done in the east. Just a quick look. I think it's all sporadic fire, isn't it? Well, he's a 2-strength unit anyway. Red and blue into there. Sporadic yellow into there. That's red and blue, but we've got them occupied. And this one, it's sporadic red fire. I'm just thinking about as a risk of catastrophic loss, you know. And I don't think there is on that side. No. No, I can't see a risk at all. And this unit is going to his last turn he's going to move up here. But he's still going to be in his 6-strength form. And that's going to be after the Germans have fired anyway. So then we'll check victory points. So, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That looks good, yeah. Again, we want the events to go away, but well, it could depend on what happens over here. If we can take the draw, if it looks like we can take the draw, then it might not matter what event comes up. Yeah. Okay, so things we've got to concern ourselves with is Brown. Brown, right now, could fire and kill us. So we want to attempt to barrage Brown first. If that succeeds, and you feel confident about the event that removes disruption from all German units not turning up, then you could move these units into here with the thought of a go at the Brown position on the very last turn, which I'd like to do. Yeah, that's still steady Brown down there. So what was the last card? It was Brown. Of course it was. Do we want to do it now? Are we drawing any other cards? Probably not. I don't think so. So should we get this out of the way right now? I think we probably should. Come on, let's just get this done. Right. This is a free action from the general, and we're in Brown anyway. To barrage the Brown position. Now he's only one unit by himself. We're 4-strength, so a Brown or a triangle will disrupt him. Here we go. Come on. Oh no, come on. Seriously? That's brutal. That is brutal. Twice. That's the last twice he's tried to barrage Brown. Okay. So we know they're both triangles. So that's a plus. I don't think we can take that chance, though, can we? No, we can't. Is this the one that are two? They're both Brownings, aren't they? Well, at least there was that. They're both the same weapon, so it doesn't matter. It's 2 actions, isn't it? Do we need that? Oh, we do. Oh, no, don't do this. We need an action. Yeah, we definitely need an action. Well, I would have taken the gamble with a disruption, like. Might have regretted it, I suppose, if the event came up. It's not only the event's got to come up, Brown's then got to fire as a single position and be a triangle. But these things can happen. Okay, yeah, because this is where we need our action. We need to attack here. Well, hold on here. Yeah, no, we do. Well, yeah, we do. No, well, maybe. Probably, Grant, because there's more chance of you getting a victory point. Well, there's a chance you get a victory point there. There's no chance you're not even getting a victory point for taking that brown position out along here. It's just because you, can do it. I don't think I can take the gamble with that. Right, let's come back to that. Okay, let's see what's happening with purple. Yeah, because that's 8 strength. And we want the machine gun from that. That's 9. And we already counted this up. If this happens to turn into 8, as long as we've got the weapons, we've got them. And if we don't have the weapons, then it's no effect, isn't it? Because the marker's revealed. If you've got greater than but not the weapons, the marker's revealed, it's no effect. So that's bearable. Yeah, I just realised red didn't fire, did it? These were both in intense red. Yeah, that was quite fortunate too then, wasn't it? Yeah. Although the brown fired, red didn't fire, so yeah, that would have spoiled things there too. So that was quite a decent fire phase, really. When you didn't want purple. Absolutely didn't want purple. Okay. Right, let's deal with the purple situation then. Should we? Yeah. Okay, Rangers are coming in. So he's attacking. This guy's getting nothing, isn't he? Yeah, no enhancements for that. So that's 6, but we're not done there. Ooh. No, Grant. Don't be tempted. Don't be tempted to change your mind. 2 tanks as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. They're both in range and command of an HQ. These 2 Ranger infantry units attack him. We have 10. And we are bringing machine guns. Yeah, we brought that guy along. So he's bringing the brown in as... we had the brown in anyway. I think, what did I say? The only thing we're missing is mortar, wasn't it? But as long as it's not on the unit, we could attrition. Okay, so 10 against. Here we go. You just knew it wasn't going to be a machine gun, because we've seen 2 machine guns already on the blooming artillery positions. Oh, come on. That's a screwed there. That's a draw going, isn't it? That's a draw going. I bet some of you actually knew what that counter was as well, because that's the 88, isn't it? And I said there was 2 of them. So I'm going to try and scratch that into my mind. They're both twos. The other one had machine gun on it too, didn't it? I think it was bazooka and machine gun. Bangors and mortar on the other one. Because there's only two of them in the game. I mean, it's a shame you can sort of try and store that information, I suppose. But I played the game quite a few times, and I've never like tried to. I guess it's because we're deeply into it this time. Okay, so we don't have the weapons. We've got 10 strength against his 2. That's just such a shame. So, yeah, we do desert them. That's gonna... I'm not sure we can... Can we win still now? If we can get this trace out of here, because he's about to move into there. So as long as I was saying G4's across there, but G5 would reinforce, and there's no trace out of there, is there? Nah, there'll not be. Yeah, it's all gonna come down to the event. So might actually let me no. Well, maybe I might actually try that now. So does this guy still move into here? I think he does. I know if it doesn't matter because if G still reinforces it, it's blocking our communication out. And just looking there, yeah, there's no problems along the east. I mean, even if A or B did reinforce across the east, we could still trace round about that, our communication, from there, just in a big circle, back down to the beach in the east. Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm just wondering about, I mean... So we would still have this point and this point if we take it. So I need to know if this is worthwhile. Well, it could come down to needing to be taken, yeah. This point should be safe. Again, it's communication. So there's 1, 2 there at the moment. There's 2 points there at the moment. That we've got. The draw's done now. We can't take the draw. The hero would be better moving to safety, wouldn't he? There's no point in moving up here. And I mean safety as in he'd be better climbing this bluff, and because this could potentially undisrupt and fire. Okay. Grr. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think future, like, because the hero could obviously bring the mortar to. Actually, what's he got? He doesn't have mortar, but he could bring it with him with the hero. But he's going to have to move into there and then climb this bluff. And, well, what's the likelihood of the event removing disruption again? Oh, it could happen, couldn't it? mean, I would probably take the chance if we had disrupted Brown there and. Yeah, what's that? I bet some of you guys were waiting on that attack and knew what it was going to be. Yeah. Yeah, I can see Martin sort of like no wanting to tell me, of course, because I bet he kind of knew. Damn it, that's rough. Um. Okay, so. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if we do take chances with the hero, though, is that not right? Let's see where we're standing at the minute. So whether I say 5 definites across the east, that's only 5. The draw's gone now, so we're gonna have to. We're definitely banking on an event because we could have 3 across here. That's only if the event goes our way as well. Even that's only 8 points. So does it really matter if we just a reinforcement in A, B, or G is going to kill us, isn't it? That's a horrible thought because there just seems to be lots of cards that say reinforce this position and that position. One, two, 3 definites, 4 definites. I'm just. Yeah, have we not got 6 across there? Right, hang on. Right, I'm just trying to track definite points again, but this isn't a definite. Because he could. This is a definite because if A does reinforce, it's going to be A4, not A6. So that's 1. That's a definite 2. That's a definite 3, 4. Yeah, that's 5. It's not 6 at all because I can't count this one. So that's 5. Yeah, there is only 5. And if A and B reinforce, that's all you're getting. You're only getting 5. Yuck. And then there's nothing, more nothing. Yeah, and then the whole thing about trying to take that brown position out gives us nothing. Yeah, it's just a card draw. It's going to be a card draw. So, right, yeah, and if we've got 5 there and we've only got a potential 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah. So it kind of doesn't. Well, it does matter about the 3. It does matter about the 3 because. Well, I mean, if we don't get reinforcements at all, we get that 5 plus that 1, 6, and then we move in and we grab 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9 over there. If we get no reinforcements at all, the rest of it we can blank till over here again. So that's 9. No reinforcements at all. We've got 10, 11. We've got 11, bang on. Oh. No, it's okay, isn't it? Yeah, just notice that red fires into there, but we're tracing here and then here. Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? Yeah, I think the trace we looked at was straight up here. It's just because I moved that unit. That's what threw me there. So no reinforcements at all. 9, 10, 11. And we're sitting with that at the moment. Doesn't matter what we do. Yes. However, the moving the hero there still has its risks to undisruption. I mean, if we're not wanting a reinforcement event, we'd probably take the undisruption event over the reinforcement event. So you can't take them all away, Grant. Depth marker we would not care about. I don't believe. So it now means that there's not really a great point in trying to take the red position out. And I'm just obviously wondering, because we were having to spend an action here, and I was talking about using 2 actions over the brown position. It does mean red's going to stay up. Do we care? These guys are an intense red. To be honest, they would take the hits. So there wouldn't be HQ's in sporadic anyway. So yeah, maybe we just do leave the red. So, I actually do feel like, because this is not going to matter either way, this would give us a 12th, and they're in big air quotes, 12th victory point. I actually think that'd be better using my 2 actions to move one of these guys down here and one of them into there, with the last turn having a go at that WM position with 6 strength, 4 from the tank and 2. I mean, you'd like to think that would disrupt him. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. They've fired then anyway. He's fired then anyway. And yeah, that's in our position where I suppose the depth marker would be relevant unless I move both these guys down here. Oh. And I'm also thinking about moving the hero up the draw here to maybe come up there. But again, disruption removal puts this in jeopardy. Can't decide. Yeah, actually I think I've found my decision. These guys don't need to sit here. They're not going to fire. So make them safer, Grant. There's a thought. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to get a free move, and we're not going to make this attack. They're going to move into there. And that sporadic hex. Red hex. So the only real... I mean, this guy's in steady fire, but he's armoured. So the only real guy in any trouble from red is this guy. I mean, okay, the tank could be. And everything else is in sporadic red. So then we'll leave our action there. Okay? And then our 2 actions are going to be... Go on, Grant. Right, which symbol are you going to move in, though? The diamond or the triangle? Because the brown fire... Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Because we're putting one in here. Brown fires, it's going to hit that one. So it does not matter. So... I'm going to put the diamond in there. And we're going to put the triangle down here. Now, he's climbing down a bluff. These guys have been all over the place, haven't they? I'm pretty sure it is the same, isn't it? So it costs an action for him to start the climb. But he's then considered to be in that hex. And that's the important part, because he's in intense brown. So let me double check that. Yeah, a bluff must be climbed whether going up or down. First turn, move the unit across the bluff and place a climb marker on the unit. So, it is in the hex we need it to be in. And he does have to climb, yeah. So, Yeah, we still do have... Right, okay. He's not 6 strength. And he hadn't done anything, no. Yeah, we still do have these guys. What are they going to do? It probably would be better moving this one out of sporadic red, but... It's not really that relevant, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, they're all about just, well, having this go. 6 strength, just having a, bash at that. He doesn't get any bonuses. He's not artillery. So there's a chance. We're not... It's the weapons that are the problem, because we're only bringing Browning. 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, the tank is within 3. Oh, he brings Browning. Great. Yeah, that's why we said that your demolitions guy might be better. But we are bringing machine gun and artillery, bazooka, and machine gun. So yeah, that's okay. It gives it a shot, eh? And then if he gains depth, hang on. We're moving the wrong symbol, right? Because yeah, we're going to switch these guys over. Just as well, I noticed that. Because, you can probably realise, because if for some reason a depth marker gets put on this guy, it's probably going to make it impossible for him to hit him, and we might not go through with that. But however, if he fires twice. The first hit would be in here, because this is intense. The second hit, if it was a triangle, well, both of these are triangles, then that's why we make that guy a triangle too. So, and he's closer than these two, so he would take the second hit. Right, okay. Yeah, so the last thing was these 2 units, but yeah, I think maybe just move that guy into there. Just out of the sporadic red, and I don't think the general can be affected, can he? I don't think they can be disrupted, can they? I know the HQ can't. Yeah, 11.42. Leaders do not become disrupted by general fire, although the units they are stacked with may. Yeah, the only thing you've got to watch is the general's in the hex on his own, and a German unit wants to be there, reinforce the position, then that's when you've got trouble. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. I could move it. I could move him anyway. Well, I think I will. I'll just move him in there beside these guys. Just, I don't know where we're going next. Thing is, if we carry on in the next turn, we probably are coming back to go back up that way, I suppose. We're just trying to manoeuvre into safe positions. Okay, let's move on, Grant. So I'm not going to move that other infantry units there. Well, I've already moved the general anyway. So the last part of this puzzle... actually... Do we want the HQ in here? I don't think we do, because red's going to be as it is, so just in case, we'll keep him in sporadic. Yeah, last part of the puzzle is this guy, and although I really want to move him into there, I think all that procedure to protect the loss of one of these units it would be daft to take the chance that we get the event to remove disruption and leave this guy in steady purple. So, I mean, I don't feel great about climbing that bluff out the way, but I suppose if I climbed it into this hex rather than this one, then we could go down the slope, up the slope, or down the slope, up the bluff come the time. Or should we take the chance? Should we take a wee gamble at the end there? It just feels like it'd be horrible to lose it because of that, wouldn't it? Just, I mean, I would like to get this guy moving into here, but this is coming up a bluff, and he's going to be sitting in steady red fire as well. That's not very good, is it? But we're not going to get rid of this without something like the hero. Yeah, because like I say, we can't. It's all dependent on the event, isn't it? I think it's one risk that we can avoid taking, so we should. You know, the purple undisrupts. So I'm gonna wimp out and climb that bluff. Yeah. I don't. It's silly to take that extra wee chance. I mean, yeah, I could draw the card now and say reinforce this, and you're like, right, okay. Yeah, I forgot about these 2 units landing actually. Could that have any effect on anything? Oh, hang on. No, you've got to rely on them landing though, Grant. I was just thinking this would be in intense purple. I'm saying that he's got 2 shots, isn't he? Steady purple. It's a diamond. He's a circle, isn't he? Nah, I think it's safer. I know it's putting him out of position, and it's not really. I've not really got another great hex to put him in. You know, I don't want to bring him back down here and then have to climb cliffs and all that. Whereas at least there, well, next turn he's going to have to remove his climb marker. Then he's, well, I don't know. Down the slope, up the bluff. If he survives there, then maybe attack here. But then we've got this red position here, so I don't know. Yeah, I think it's. Sorry, I probably was a wee bit off there. I think it makes sense not to take a daft wee chance at the end there when you do have another option, moving him into safety. Because we could still make it, although I did, as the last couple of turns went on and that US action phases looked good, I started feeling far more confident than what I'm feeling now. Because, well, I think if we draw a card that says reinforcements, I'm pretty sure we're doomed. Unless it was, well, I don't think it can be A. If it was C, D, or E, or F, yeah, F would probably be right as well. C, D, E, or F. Because I think if it's G, we're screwed. And I think if it's A, we're screwed. Okay. No, that's the best you can do, Grant. Yeah, there's things that could have been done better, probably. Some of these things that if I'd realised this was, I was going to take out red, and it still took me forever to realise that I couldn't trace communication through here because they were brown field of fire into them, and then of course realised later that I needed to take brown out, so that spoilt that. However, I think events and that mistake that we made spoiled all that anyway. And then over this side, realising that this was a dodgy mission that we shouldn't be attempting. And then also realising that I couldn't get a point for that. And then, so, yeah, need to look at the hexes that the fire dots, and just shows you it's so important to, keep track of that. It's so easy, and sometimes they're just sporadic, and you think, well, that's, sporadic blue there, but it's firing into it. You can't trace through it and all that stuff. Okay, well, all actions used, all 3 actions have been used, I think. HQ, well, we're going to keep there. I think it's safer there. Also, this could possibly end up landing into here. So I would grab a free move for that. Well, in fact, this as well. If they do, they might not. So that's it. So we've left red to do its thing. However, like I've said, oh no. Yeah, with nothing in danger, really red. Well, if these land, they're landing in steady red, so I wouldn't be that fussed if they took a hit. I suppose it would be better if red just didn't fire. We probably don't want brown to fire. Oh, on the other side, we don't care. And to be honest, before we get to the fire phase, we're going to know our fate. Okay, I'll clear things up and we'll get moved on. Okay, there we go. Things tidied up. Cards removed. Phase marker back. Turn marker onto turn 16. And what I just did realise is we're now going to land in the high tide. So these units would land right in here. That's okay. I'm going to get 3 actions from the HQ if they happen to actually make a landing, so that's okay. So, right, well, I'm going to cut things there. This will be part 20, I think it was going to be. We probably should just jump on and land these 2, well, attempt to land these 2 units and draw the event card. And it might have been as well adding this onto this, the end of this, I suppose. But I do need to actually take a break as well just now. So, however, because if the event goes wrong, then that's going to be that. Well, you know what I'll do. I do need to go away just now anyway, so I do need to take a break. But I'll cut the video here, and yeah, I was going to say, well, you'll know if you'll realise what's happened if I tag it on the end here, but that'll no matter. You'll be, oh no, you will, won't you? I'm trying to work that one out. Like, what I was going to do was, if it's a failure, I'll just tag it onto the end of this. But I'm talking about that just now anyway. So if you see any more footage on this video, you're going to know it's a failure. So I'm going to keep you in suspense. You'll just need to wait for the next episode. Yeah, and we'll see how we get on. It's been good. That was another. Well, you know what? It was. Yeah, a bit mixed, that one, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, two things went wrong there, really. The barrage again on Brown, and, well, more so was the attack on the purple position, finding out it was a mortar. Like I say, I think maybe some of you were like, knowing what it was going to be, that he's, the fact there's only two of the 88s in the game. You knew the machine gun one was away, so the mortar one was to come, and you're looking, oh, Grant, you've not got a mortar with you. You're going to be hating it. Anyway, right, okay, I'll cut here, and we will find out the fate of our team tomorrow. Maybe I might be able to chuck it in the night. We shall see. Okay, I'll be back soon, guys. Cheers.